Recently, I've commented on Amazon shutting down their Android App Store and the prospect that Fire OS could also be going away. Let's play a little game of operating system strategy and examine some hypotheticals. Will Amazon make a phone? No. Amazon's Vega operating system, which is a likely replacement for Android-based Fire OS on Amazon devices, has no third-party app capabilities. That's not going to work for a mobile phone product, at least not this year. Might Amazon make a phone that runs Android? By that we mean of Google's official Android for mobile devices that includes Google Mobile Services or GMS and Google's suite of proprietary apps. This would be sort of plausible, but then why would Amazon close their app store? I doubt Amazon is going to touch mobile phones as a product in their line of hardware this year, or probably next year, or maybe the year after that even. Are existing Fire OS devices going to get upgraded to Vega? This is possible in the way that some Google IoT devices were upgraded to I forget what operating system it was, but it wasn't an embedded Android. But it's probably a great deal of work to make it happen, and with zero revenue attached to that work. The same low market share that made a thriving third-party app ecosystem never emerge for Fire OS devices means that orphaning Fire OS will have relatively little impact on the sale of Amazon devices. That is, orphaning Fire OS and the devices will have little impact. On top of that, there are enough people who love their Fire OS devices and love whatever paltry third-party apps exist today that pissing them off by swapping out Fire OS for Vega and disabling their favorite obscure app has no upside. Is Vega enough of an operating system for tablets? This probably depends on the whole product formulation. Everything from size, resolution, battery life, and price would matter, and it probably has to be aimed at the middle to lower part of the tablet market. Without third-party apps, a Vega tablet would depend entirely on a browser and web applications, and it very well could, but are perceptions ready for that? Some of you may be saying, yes, Steve Jobs was right all along. We don't need native apps, we just need the web. I have something to say about this based on my experience in implementing strategy for applications. If you're not making something that intensively uses the latest operating system features or device hardware, you should be using a cross-platform SDK like Flutter. In most cases, app developers are already building one code base for the iOS web browser and Android runtime environments using a cross-platform user interface stack. That means it's time to question the value of native applications. The tipping point won't happen this year, and when it does happen, it won't happen on phones first. But it's time to question if a new operating system needs a new application runtime and application APIs.